Do you like ingots? Do you like lumber? Do you want lots and lots of ingots and lots of lumber? Well, I've got a exploit for you today, although it actually might just be a in-game mechanic. Hey ratbags, it's Jade. Yes, in Nightingale today I'm going to take you through the steps to get pretty much unlimited ingots as well as lumber. So if you take a look in the saw bench, you should be able to see obviously all the components you can craft, and if you don't see these, then you need to get the next tier of saw bench up to excellent. But in all of them you'll have the reclaimed lumber option. So if you make some lumber, it usually costs 2 pieces of wood and you get 1 piece of lumber back. However, if you play the right card, like the Apogee and Settler card, you can get more. So this is obviously a given, and lots of cards do this, whether it's the Forge or whether it's the Industry cards, they give more resources or specific things like double the amount of ingots or ammunition. Reclaimed lumber option is meant to be if you accidentally make too much of something or just don't need a bunch of stuff, you'll get back the resources that you have initially used to craft it. So if you've made too many hilts or poles, then you can put it back in and you'll get some bit. Most of them you get like for like ratio, but some things you might get a little bit less, but hey, you're still getting some of that lumber back. But when you play the Settler Apogean card, it obviously increases the output. So if you use the right item, you can actually increase how much lumber you get than you originally had. Without this card active, you would normally only get 1 piece of lumber back, so there's no gain, there's no benefit. But now you can see I'm getting 2 pieces of lumber for every 1 piece of lumber I'm putting inside. And this is exactly the same with ingots. Now I nearly come across this myself. I was streaming it the other day, I just played the cards and I did notice that it looked like I was obviously getting more. I knew that was going to happen, but it felt like there might be some manipulation here because I knew that some of these items you often get more of that item. But I didn't really follow it through, and in stream we just moved on to something else. So thankfully someone else reached out, they'd found this glitch out themselves. Big shout out to Howdy Kyle who ran me through and confirmed what I'd nearly found. You basically just need to have or make a bunch of components that will give you more than one output. So if I'm making an action here, it's obviously going to take 2 ingots, it's going to give me 2 actions back. As you can see from the traits, I have got the Settler Apogean on, so I'm going to get double. So that makes sense, right? But if I were to go and try and reforge this into reformed ingots, it would still need 2 ingots because it's slightly different with the ingots. You do need 2 items, so you would need 2 barrels, 2 blades, 2 buckles to go ahead and reforge into at least 1 ingot. But buttons. You actually use just 1 ingot to craft these and you will get normally 2 back. But because the Apogean card's active, you're getting 4. So I had 100 tin in my inventory, ingots. I just literally used 10 of them to make 40 buttons. If you now click on the reclaimed ingots, you can see it needs 2 of the buttons and I'm still going to get 2 ingots. So you get the idea, hopefully. We're increasing or doubling whatever crafted buttons I had and making it back into ingots. So by converting your ingots to buttons and then your buttons back into reclaimed ingots, you are doubling the amount of ingots that you've got. But only with the Apogean card active. There are a few little disclaimers with this. It doesn't work with all ingots, or it does, but them ingots then become almost useless in using in build pieces. It looks like things like bronze or maybe steel or the brass ingots, which require 2 composites, either copper and zinc and stuff like that, they don't necessarily turn out back into what they were before. You need a lot of brass for a lot of the light fixtures in the game, and I thought this was great because it would stop me having to trawl around looking for zinc in the swamps. When I tried this method and I made actual brass or bronze buttons, it did give me back the bronze or brass ingots, but the icon was now changed and I couldn't use them to make anything that I'd placed out in the world that needed that resource. So I've only got the bronze ingots in my inventory that I just made from the buttons that I made from the original ones, and as you can see I can't actually place or make this candle holder. But it's still a fantastic kind of duplication glitch at the moment because you can still use them ingots when you're crafting armors, weapons, or just making into components like wires, barrels and more. You just can't use that specific ingot to go ahead and use for build pieces. Now that's probably the most important thing because you're going to be making lots of guns, weapons and armors, and some of them rely on getting extra buffs, like the pursuit metal gives you better range damage or better range distance, and so that's worth crafting all of the components out of to get that maximum buff you can. You can tell which ores actually work and don't because they'll go into a separate stack after you've gone and reclaimed them. So the pursuit ingots went straight back into my stack I already had, but the brass ones didn't. So let me know if you're going to trawl through and try every ingot. I might do this on live stream now. Come check me out on Twitch TV or follow me and see obviously the streams on YouTube too. The last thing to really talk about is, well, how do you get the Apogee card? That's where the luck comes in until you get much further into the game. The settler card you'll find pretty much early on in one of the traders, and then you get the eminent version. At the moment it seems a bit bugged or glitched as they both do exactly the same thing. There's no increase. If you use the cards you get 1.5 times the amount of resources or items back that you've crafted. So if you craft 50 of an item, then you're probably going to get about 12 items extra back on top of the 25 that you would normally get if it costs maybe 2 ingots. So I managed to come across a Apogee and settler card by random. It was given to me as a reward for obviously doing some sort of action or encounter. Otherwise, if you want to craft them yourself, you're going to have to make your way to the Ascended Forest Astrolabe, and that's where you can buy it for 75 tier 3 essence. So that is pretty much late game. You will need a excellent workbench, the Enchanter's Focus, to craft it, and you'll need all these tier 3 resources to do so too. So it certainly isn't an easy thing if you haven't come across one by chance just yet. It is going to be a late game thing, but then it kind of feels like it's meant to be that case. It's like almost a reward for getting to the end of the game. Here you go, you can pretty much make as many ingots and wood lumber as you want. Who am I kidding? They're going to patch this. They're going to patch this pretty quick, I'm sure. So take advantage of it now. And if you have come across a settler Apogee card, whatever you do, don't change that card and waste it if you're still a good distance away from completing or getting to the watch. It may also work, like I said, with cards like the Forge and the Industry cards, which give double ingots or double ammunition and ingots too. So if you've got any of them cards, why don't you give it a test and let me know if it happens for you, that taking it into buttons and then putting it back into reclaimed ingots, did it give you more? And with the wood, like I said, it will work just on the lumber. So as soon as you start getting some lumber, go and run it through your lumber saw bench into reclaimed lumber with the Apogee card active, and you'll start getting even more wood lumber. Big shout out to Kyle once more, and thanks for watching. Go check out my more legitimate guides that I've got going on. I'll see you for more videos soon.